being at a couple different places and winning at those places, what's some of the things you do to relate to these kids? Like, because success follows you, so I would love to just hear, how do you relate to today's social kid?
So I do a lot of listening to older people.
Gotcha.
So whatever older people are complaining about, I try to morph into some of that with our young, because a lot of times older people are complaining about some of the young kids, what they're doing, their actions, what they believe in, and so I try to get on their level. Okay. So an example of that is just previously, like I'm gonna do it here too, but previous years, social media, like. There was a lot. I wasn't a big social media guy, but you got to in today's.
You have to.
You have to communicate with them that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to text them. They're not gonna pick the phone up. They don't want to talk to you.
Right.
Like, those are just little things like that. You have to, I hated highlight tapes, but if that's what you want, let's do it. Like, let's create a team. Let's get a video group here, a part of our program, and let's make that happen for today's world. Gotcha. Let's get on their level. Let's ask them what they want. Let's let them be a part of the programming building. Because I can't come in like I'm 40. Like my right. things ain't, my way of doing things may be a little different than what the average 15, 16, 17-year-old is. Like, I have to involve them in some of my decision making, my program building, because I got to get them to respond.
Right.
Like,
right.
And they got to buy in.
They're not going to respond to you if you don't somehow, if they don't feel that you're somewhat like them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to come in practice, and you're not going to get a great response for them if they come in every day and all you're doing is telling them how bad they are.
Right.
All right, or can you talk about some of the shows that they watch, Stranger Things? And then I hear my guys talking about it in practice. Oh, let me check it out.
Right.
Or some of the things they listening to. Coach, can we? I used to not. Heck, now we not listening to no music in practice. I find a way to put 15 minutes. That first 15 minutes, y'all stretching in these first. Y'all can play what y'all want to do. I went and bought a big boom box. Go ahead. As long as y'all playing hard, doing things, y'all got great. We got a team GPA of a 3.0 or above. We're winning games. Y'all doing things right in the community. We're representing our thing, doing things the right way in the community. We're helping out. We're giving back. I want to eliminate the excuses.
Yeah.
There we go.
So when I hear a kid, I've heard, like, man, where the music at? How come this team get to do this? Or, I want to make sure we get jerseys every year. I mean, you got to feel good. I don't want to hear your mouth if you ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you
I want
to
your best
feel
effort.
good when you're in here for these 2 hours. Hell, I wash the jerseys. That's one thing that I do. I've been doing that ever since I've been coaching. I take them home every night. I wash the practice jerseys. I wash the game jerseys. That's just something I got to do. That's just something that's a part of me. I've seen Marshall Thomas do that. I've seen my AAU coach, like it's hard for me to delegate. I just started doing that.
Right.
But that's how I learned how to coach. I seen all my coaches they did everything.
Right.
Before they swept the floors, hey, I'm sweeping it. Oh, coach, I got it. That's just, I got to do it. I got to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got to get it. Yeah.
Coach, one of my questions, man, you from Saginaw, and we are Michigan boys, so we know the talent in the state of Michigan. But sometimes I think it get twisted when they go to Texas, Cali. But you've been to Saginaw, Grand Blanc, Kalamazoo. You seen, and the year you graduated, it's got some of the most legendary athletes of all time. What's some of the best athletes you've seen from all the stops you've been at?
Man, I played. So just playing with, me and my best friends. We talk about this all the time. Like the Dillard twins. They went to Grand Valley. We always talk. They live in Phoenix. One live in Phoenix. One live in Dallas. But we always talk about. We didn't realize as kids what we were in, what era we were in. Like we were all, like all the guys we named, we all hung out. We all were friends in high school. We all were over everybody's house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, hell, I played with Charles Rogers and Jason Richardson and Anthony Roberson. That's just 3 right there. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Woodley was, here he is, an All-American.
Yeah.
One of the best, probably the best linebacker in all of
the state
football.
of Michigan. Right.
I think he was player of the year. Charles Rogers the same way, player of the year. And like, they just regular dudes. You know what I'm saying? Just regular dudes that, that we grew up with. I was on the bench of Saginaw High as the water boy, but I used to, as a kid, I used to never wanted Saginaw High to play Flint Northwestern. They was just that good. That Mateen Cleaves, man. I was like, man, we couldn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? Like when we lost, when Saginaw High lost, I lost. I was at home crying like a little kid. I was crying. But just that whole Saginaw Valley, you talking Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson. I seen all those guys. Like Kevin Tolbert, he graduated with us. Then just as a little kid, Terrence Roberson. I didn't know T. Robe was. As a kid, I didn't know he was gonna
be all that.
Yeah, like the only 3 players. There's only like 3 or 4 players to do what he's done. Been an All-American for 3 or 4 years in high school. Like, who would have known that as a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Yeah, just thinking back and reflecting, like my life was destined to be like this then, if that's all I'm around, you know what I'm saying? Just to name some other guys too, man. Doug Anderson was one of them, Devin Oliver, and we played against, just playing against some of these guys that we couldn't stop. Ray McCallum, who else? Keith Appelin, he got the record on. He dropped 50 points.
Michigan State point
points
guard.
In a championship game. Who does that? Bad coaching, I guess, huh? There was, the list goes on, man.
When you see
Tom here from here.
Oh yeah,
I played on this team, the Saginaw Pride team. Thomas Kelly was. I was a little kid. Asked him about it. Yeah, Thomas Kelly.
We just interviewed him.
We interviewed him before you.
Really? Yeah. Thomas Kelly was on that team, man. So
he just got the Michigan State.
Yeah. So how was back in the day the rivalry with Saginaw and Flint? Like, cause I know, like you said, Flint had some dogs too. Like, how was that rivalry?
Was that the biggest rivalry then, Saginaw and Flint?
No, the biggest rivalry to this day still stands: Saginaw High versus Arthur Hill. But that just ended, I think, this year because I think they
the
shut
schools merged. Or
either one more year or whatever. But that's the biggest rivalry. But you talking back, man? I want to say ever since I was 4th grade, or maybe even before that, all the way through, even when I graduated, even a couple years after I graduated, if you didn't get to our games by the JV game, you weren't getting in the game. You was not getting in that game. It didn't matter who we played. It didn't, like that year when we had Charles Rogers, Anthony Roberson, Eugene, all of them, it didn't matter. Like, we could be playing Bay City Western, and that's a routine 100-point win. But it's sold out. You know what I'm saying? So the Flint, there was four teams there: Flint Central, Flint Northwestern, Northern, Southwestern. Every time we played either one of them, whether it was home or away, sold out. That was high expectations. You better be ready for a dogfight. You didn't know who was going to win. It wasn't, each year it was different.
50,
It was different, 50-50. They called it the mini NBA. They called the Saginaw Valley League the mini NBA. You had guys like Glenn Rice in that thing, Tucker, Andre Rison. They was all that Flint Northwestern team was probably they say one of the best teams in the nation ever. And I think it was like an 80 something, I don't know, 83, 84, something like that. But
that's nuts.
Man, you talking Northwestern game, Northwestern in my era. Those games was, you ain't want to miss them. Antonio Smith, Robert Smith, all Teen Cleaves, all them.
Beers.
Crazy. Then you got the fights jumping out too. You pay $5, you're gonna see a great game. You're gonna get some good popcorn and seasoned on it. I hope East Kentwood got some seasoning on the popcorn. But you're gonna get some popcorn. If you at Saginaw, you getting some tacos. Y'all ever been to the Saginaw High game? Man, the taco. People would come to the games
just for the tacos.
Just for the tacos. We ain't going to get a pregame pregame meal or dinner is at the game. You see what I'm saying? Like, you had to dress up, you had to be fly in there. Like, you for $5, you getting a good game. You getting
a fight, a taco.
A good fight, a good boxing match for sure. You're gonna get some meals, you're gonna eat, and then afterwards it's there's somebody having a party afterwards. All right. So yeah, it was a good night. Those were the days, Those were the days.